Gregory Treverton is a former U.S. Intelligence analyst, and he came up with this description that he really originated to talk about the difference between traditional warfare and the war on terror, but it has since been applied to many different things, as you'll see. He said we need to recognize the difference between a puzzle and a mystery. And a puzzle, has very clear boundaries. Every piece fits. It's just a matter of getting all the pieces and figuring out where they fit, and then everything is complete and you have the perfect picture. A mystery, on the other hand, is very different. A mystery has no boundaries. A mystery, you don't know what applies and what doesn't. A mystery, the problem is not too little information. The problem is often too much information, because what is a clue versus what is just coincidence? And so many things in life fit into the mystery category. I think the stock market would be one of these things. Like, some people try and make it a puzzle. Like, if you buy my one tip, you're guaranteed to make money on the stock market. No, probably not true. There are clues to the stock market, but it remains a mystery. Leadership is often a mystery. If you're in any type of leadership, teacher, coach, church leadership, you want things to be a puzzle, where if you get this person in this environment, everything's guaranteed to work perfectly. But leaders know, no, leadership is a mystery. Right? We have clues to how it works, and we'll act with integrity and try and create good environments, but at the end of the day, God will do what he wants. Another thing that's a mystery is dating. Single men. The reason some of you are still single is because you view women as a puzzle. You think they are an algorithm on a computer that you just need to figure out how all the ones and zeros go together. No, she is actually a mystery to be discovered. She is leaving you clues. May God have mercy on you as you decipher them. We're in this series called Keep Watch, about the return of Jesus and the end of the world. Last week, Kyle kicked it off by reminding us Jesus is coming back. And today we're gonna build on that by asking, okay, what are the signs? As in, what are the signs of the end of the world? What are the signs that Jesus is returning? I believe that this question, like studying the end times in general, is not a puzzle, but it is more like a mystery. Because Jesus says you can't know the day and the hour, but he says you can know the season. So today we're not gonna get into specific questions that would treat it like a puzzle, such as what is the mark of the beast, who is the Antichrist, what is the exact order of every single thing that'll happen before Jesus returns, and let's put it in a nice little chart so we all know. Those things are disputed even among Bible-believing Christians, even in this church. What I want to do instead is look at some scriptures that treat the return of Christ like a mystery, and they give us clues. Now, typically when I preach, I like to have one and only one central scripture that we look at, and we try and understand it, and then we apply it and we illustrate that, and it keeps it simple. But instead of having one scripture today, we're going to have one concept that we look at. We're gonna look at the most critical uses in the New Testament of these phrases: last days, last times, last hour. And when we do this, you're going to see there are 5 clues in the New Testament as to the mystery of what things will be like when Jesus returns. We're gonna go through those 5 clues today. Now, I have to warn you, this is a thick message. Like, this is not simple stuff. There's gonna be a lot of scripture today. You may be tempted to even get distracted or overwhelmed. I would encourage you to lean in and take notes. You're also gonna be tempted to, as we go through these scriptures, you'll see, just point a finger at the world around us and say, yeah, this world isn't such a great place. What I'm gonna ask you to do instead today is look in the mirror and say, hey, this isn't about people somewhere else. This is about us. So I want you to lean in, take notes, even take pictures of the screen to remember these things, if that helps you, if that's your way of taking notes. This matters. And here's why it matters. Because you have pain in your life that you need to be made right. There's an injustice you've experienced that only Jesus can fix. Most of us have loved ones who've had faith in Jesus but have already passed, and we need to be reminded that we will see them again in the glory of Christ. You have a terminal illness. And you need to be reminded that this pain is not the end. You have marriage problems or addiction problems or finance problems or what does my future look like problem. And Jesus is gonna remind you today, you are part of a bigger story and it has a culmination, and that culmination may be soon. There is a day when all will bow before him. And because Jesus is coming back, we know he will make everything right. Your tears will be wiped away. Perfect justice will be executed. Heaven will be brought. Everything that is broken will be fixed. Every noble and beautiful thing you long for in the depths of your soul will be realized. All things will be made new. And today we're gonna lean in to ask, what do we look for? And as we anticipate that, most importantly, how do we live?